Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Definitely. And this time, we're diving into some pretty deep waters, so to speak.
We are. Genesis chapter 6, the flood narrative. Probably one of the most well-known yet often misunderstood stories in all of Scripture.
It's a story that's captured imaginations for millennia. And it's ripe with theological, philosophical, even ethical questions that continue to resonate today.
Exactly. So, where do we even begin with a story as massive as the flood? Well, I guess with the flood itself, or rather what leads up to it. The text paints a pretty bleak picture of humanity.
It does. We're told that the wickedness of man was great on the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Wow. Talk about a scathing indictment of humanity. It's almost like we're at peak wickedness, like it couldn't get any worse.
Right. And it's interesting because some scholars believe that this description might reflect the anxieties of the time period in which Genesis was written. Perhaps they were surrounded by violence or social upheaval.
So the flood then becomes this kind of cosmic reset button.
In a way, yes. It speaks to this idea of divine judgment, but also this concept of starting over, of cleansing and renewal.
And that's where Noah comes in. He's our righteous dude in a world gone wrong.
Chosen by God to build the ark and preserve life. And it's worth pointing out, Noah's righteousness isn't just about following rules. He's described as blameless in his generations, which suggests a genuine goodness, a purity of heart that set him apart.
And speaking of the ark, talk about a logistical nightmare. The text gets super specific about its dimensions, the materials, why, all the detail.
It's almost as if it's almost as if the writer wanted to emphasize the sheer scale of this project. Like, this is serious business. This isn't just some little boat to weather a storm. This is an ark built to withstand the unimaginable.
And not just Noah and his family taking a ride. He's got to gather 2 of every kind of animal. Talk about a zookeeper's worst nightmare. What's the significance of including the animals?
Well, I think it speaks to this idea of preserving the diversity of creation. Even in judgment, there's this element of mercy, of ensuring the continuation of life.
It's like God wiping the slate clean, but not entirely. There's a plan for a new start.
Exactly. And that's where the covenant God makes with Noah after the flood becomes really significant. It represents this new relationship between God and humanity.
Symbolized, of course, by that iconic image of the rainbow.
Right. Every time you see a rainbow, it's this reminder of God's promise never again to destroy the earth by flood.
It's a powerful symbol of hope, of new beginnings. And I think that's something that resonates with people even today. No matter what you believe, that idea of hope, of second chances, is something we can all relate to. But unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
There's so much more we could unpack, but that's the beauty of a story like this. It stays with you. It keeps you thinking, keeps you asking questions.
Absolutely. And we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the flood narrative? What resonates with you? Head over to our website and share your insights in the comments. And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, keep diving deep.